Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 5. This is going to be video number 2. We took random, because I kind of like all the civilizations. So we ended up with Bismarck of Germany. Found a few things, killed a barbarian town, but our special ability, which will give us 50 gold and an extra warrior, basically. It's called a brute, but it's basically a warrior. You get that 50% chance every time you destroy a warrior, an enemy barbarian inside of an encampment. Didn't trigger, maybe the next time. But we actually ended up on social policies, which is the replacement for government. And I was saying how I actually really like this system. You start off with the 3 that you can access. This is classical. These 2 are medieval. And then you have 2 Renaissance and then 2 industrial ones. Each one has a different theme to it. Tradition, obviously you can see it there, best for small empires. They improve the capital more often than not. And each time you adopt one, it actually gives you an immediate bonus. That'll be plus food per turn in the capital city. Liberty is best for expansion, and settlers train twice as fast. Obviously good for expansion, because when you're training a settler, it stops growth of the city. It doesn't do that for workers anymore, but it does do it for settlers. And if you see the red text at the bottom there, it's going to be right here. This branch cannot be activated at the same time as autocracy, which is right below it. There are a number of those. Liberty and autocracy are mutually exclusive. Piety and rationalism are. It seems they're stacked on. Yeah, it seems these two, and they're stacked on top of each other, which kind of helps make a little bit more ease of sense. Honor improves effectiveness of army. Basically, this is the early combat tree. 25% bonus for barbarians, and anytime a barbarian encampment spawn is revealed, anytime an encampment spawns, it will reveal it to me, which is probably a good one to have, though I might want to wait a second. We're going to do militaristic, so I'm going to adopt honor. Why not? There we go. So now we have honor adopted. Looks like 45 is going to be our next cost. You actually have to buy it with currency, which is the currency is for social policies is of course your culture. We have 10 culture. We have 1 per turn. So obviously 36 will give us 46. So I guess you have to have more. Huh. Interesting. Either way. Also, I don't know where social policies are. There they are. This is one of the victories. There's, 10 trees. You have to do 5 trees total. And if you noticed, as I've been mousing over them, they have like a talent tree kind of thing. I'm sure everybody's familiar with these days. Once you get every single one in 5 full trees, you unlock the Utopia project. And then you have to build it, kind of like Manhattan Project or anything like that. And as soon as you finish it, you win the cultural victory of the game. So the victories are a lot more defined these days than some of the previous ones. It's like I've never even done a cultural victory in 4. I actually don't even really win. I've only won 4 a couple of times because once it gets to the late game, I start to get bored with the military and don't really feel like continuing. Too much micromanagement and stuff. But you guys can freeze to see some of those if you want later. I don't want to go over all of them too much. Take forever. There are some good ones, and when you see some of the high level ones, they're ridiculously good. There was one that autocracy. For 20 turns, you get 33% combat bonus that can just flat out win you a war. I think Order had this is ridiculous communism, 5 production in every city, and that's permanent, and it stacks with all these other ones. Half unhappiness from a number of cities. Unhappiness comes from number of cities and population. So you can kind of expand and get a lot of cities with less people and be just as happy as if you have a few cities with a ton. These stacking is kind of ridiculous sometimes when you think about it. It's commerce. There was another one that was 2 free techs, and piety gives you 2 free policies. So once you finish this, you can just freaking get 2 more of these, which gets you even closer to Utopia. That's enough about that. Our scout will be done next turn. I think our fool over here is healing himself. Huh. Where's... That's weird. Trying to see... if you moused over your units, it would tell you in the bottom corner where the box came up how long they'd be doing whatever they're doing. It doesn't seem like not doing that anymore. It's weird. It's kind of a small oversight in my opinion. Maybe it's somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Who knows? Scout. Now, scouts are unique in that they only have 2 movement like everybody else, but they treat all rough terrain as 1 movement, so they always get to move 2. So while a regular unit's just fine at exploring open ground, scouts are better at exploring any areas with rough terrain. And seagulls help you see the fish a little better, it seems. Requires sailing to get those. You have to make fishing boats again. I assume they get used up because they're like 30 production as opposed to 70 that a worker is. So it would make sense for him to get used up as opposed to being there every turn. Oh, and of course, I probably haven't gone over this yet. The biggest change so far for the tactical battles, which I really, really love, is not only is it hexes, obviously. G is the grid. You can see the hexes, which makes the terrain, it does make the terrain look a lot better than it did with square grids. But there's only 1 military unit per tile, so you actually have to fight out here. You can't just throw 100 guys on your city and your city's fine. You actually have to protect your city. See, that's a city strength of 9, so there's pretty much no way 1 warrior can take over my city by itself. But a couple could. And I think once you start building walls and castles, cities get ranged attacks. So as the enemies get close, your cities will shoot at them before they get there to help reduce their health down a bit. I'm thinking, though, we can build a warrior. Maybe a worker. How much longer do we have on our research? 3 turns. And we have a number of things to improve. Let's build a worker first. Yeah, let's build a worker, because we can get free warriors. Yeah, this does take a lot more out of the graphics engine, though. Might have to drop some of the settings a bit. Next turn. This is a strategic view somehow. I'm not sure how to get to it, though. There we go. Apparently you can play the entire game in this setting. Yeah, like that. There we go. And you can easily see resources that has spices. Those are obviously marshes. Got marble. Yeah, this is lagging a lot. Could be fraps, because sometimes fraps kills frame rate. So I don't know. Some sheepses. There we go. Yeah, see frame rate jumped back up. I don't have no notifications. You can speed through some more turns here. Explore. I'll try to bring up new things as I see them. Tell you how I feel about them. Try to present them as best I can. They, of course, got rid of Leonard Nimoy, sadly. He was the nice addition to 4. But the new guy does sound really nice, I think, so. Not too bad. Of course, they have nice Bible quotes for early stuff. Reveals horses, which is another really good thing about animal husbandry, because horses are important. Which brings about another change to strategic resources. As you can see, it says resources. Where's the cool window at? Oh! I don't want to do that. Oops. Interesting. It's gone. Where's the more advanced window? Dope. I'll have to look that up and see how you get that window. You can see the 2 next to the horse icon over here. That's actually 2 horses, and you can actually see there's 1, 2. If there was 3, there'd be a third. If there was 4, there'd be 4 horses on that one tile. Oh, my mouse goes off because I have 2 monitors. So I have to use my keys. Our research is done. What's a new good one? I actually dropped mining. It used to be bronze working to clear forests. You can do it with mining now. And bronze working will do jungles away, which is, I think, a good change. We don't have anything really to mine. This would probably be masonry. We can open the tech tree for you guys. How about that? Masonry here will give us marble. I'm not 100% sure what marble does, besides the production. As I said, I think it gives you wonder production bonus, but I could be completely wrong. There is another thing. Roads cost maintenance, which is good because I hated spaghetti roads all around your terrain, which was kind of ridiculous. Bronze working is kind of interesting. You get a spearman who's only 1 strength higher than warriors. It's important to note that warriors are going to be really effective. Will be not really effective, but they'll be more effective longer, considering they're only like half as good as like a horseman. They're only slightly worse than a spearman. Swordsman's not even twice as strong, which old swordsmen were what, 8, which is like 4 times as strong as a warrior was in 4. And of course, mathematics is a good goal because catapults, siege weapons, ranged weapons are awesome. Because again, with the 1 unit per tile, there are actual ranged units. Chariot archers, they if you see, strength is the shield down there, and range strength is the attack that is the damage they do at range without actually getting hit. So you can actually have like my warrior here, and I could have an archer here, and a unit could be standing here in this hex, and I could actually shoot over my guys. It's a hill, so I might not be able to see over it, but if I were here, I'd definitely be able to shoot there. And then zone of control is back. They got rid of it in 4. I'm not sure if it was in 3. Don't remember too much about 3 these days. But say a unit was standing here and it had a movement of 2. I had a unit back here. They could actually only move 1 square. I'm not sure if it's 1 square. It reduces, or it makes it 2 movement. So a mounted unit might be able to move here and then here. I would rather it just be 1 move. But mounted units should have some more mobility, so I think it's make it 2. So a mounted unit might be able to go there, and then a non-mounted unit there. Research still. That's going to give us plus. The granary is now just +2 food, and you actually have to pay gold every turn to maintain it. Trapping, we have nothing to trap. Wheel will give us chariot archer. And we have horses nearby, and I actually think all you have to do is build a structure on the horses to get it. It doesn't have to be in your land anymore. I'm actually gonna go for that because we don't have rivers. Damn. Well, what does archers give us? Archery gives us mathematics. So does the wheel. We'll get archery faster. Oh, those are fast. So let's just go for the wheel. Do that. That's still healing. I wasted that guy's move. Sorry if it feels slow, guys. I'm just trying to explain things as they come up for people who have no idea what the changes are interested in the changes. Discovered an encampment. Probably the scouts are a lot better at fighting these days. I mean, they're strength 4, not as good as 6, but they can actually do offensive moves. Which is, I believe they can. Yeah. I'll lose, but they can do it. And it looks like they don't have a whole bunch of warriors just running around because they just have the 1 dude there. So I think they spawn every so often. There's some ancient ruins. So I try to remember that guy's there. Next turn. Oh, also another thing, Empire... Happiness is empire-wide. I haven't even seen this yet, so you can read that. 10 total. Difficulty level gives you 9, and we're at 2 above the normal difficulty. So, and every natural wonder you discover alone apparently gives you 1 happiness. I guess that's permanent. Building social polities will give you some, and they'll probably eventually every luxury resource gives you a happiness, and those are the things you can trade. I'm going to cut this one off and continue in just a minute, guys. See you in a bit. Thanks for watching.